Did God reject his people? No. Remnant kept by grace, we know. Branches wild grafted in, God's mercy flows through hopes that keep. The Gentiles share in Israel's song, all part of God's plan, fast and strong. Branches wild grafted in, God's mercy flows through hopes akin. Branches wild grafted in, God's mercy flows through hopes akin.
Branches wild grafted in. Cool remix song. Branch wild grafted in. Remix of Romans 11.
Did God reject his people?
Romans 11. Day 11. Part of 16 Days Roman Songs.
Remnant kept by grace, we know.
By grace we know.
Branches wild
Branches wild grafted in. God's mercy. God's mercy reigns, flows. God's mercy flows. Yep. God's faithfulness. Romans 11. It's part of 16 Days Roman Songs this month. Paul describes God's plan to graft both Jews and Gentiles into the same olive tree. Cool. Wisdom, his wisdom and mercy shine beyond human understanding. So maybe look at some good word song, sing along, or listen to the words put in the song. Words and songs of life. Spiritual words of life. I'll share actual Romans 11 song, God's faithfulness. Actual verses put in the song. Romans 11. Yeah, make sure it's yeah, December 11th. Make sure I get my days not mixed up.
I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid, for I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. God hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew.
Watch ye not what the scriptures say, though their lies, how we make intercession to God against Israel, say,
Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the to the image of Baal, even so, then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then is it no more of works? Otherwise, grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear. Until this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back away. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness? For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I magnify mine office, if by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead? For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy, and if the root be holy, so are the branches. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree were grafted in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Boast not against the branches. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say, then the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. For if God spared not the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not thee. Behold therefore the goodness and severity of God, on them which fell severity, but toward thee goodness, if thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou also shalt be cut off. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again.
Grafted in to believe. Part 2. 11.
For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and wert grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches,
Forever and ever, amen. Yeah, forever and ever, amen. That was good. Good actual song. What you doing, dog? Romans 11. There's actual full music video song of the remix I played first, and he has to do a full song grafted in. Wild Branches grafted in.
Did God reject his people?
No. Remnant
kept by
grace we know.
His
Faith remains from age to age. Mercy written on every page.
Though
Some turned away from him before, his call still stands forevermore.
through
Covenant love that does not end. He lifts his people up again.
branches
Wild grafted in,
one
root holds us cleansed from sin.
from
Israel
Israel's
promised, the nations rise. God's mercy flows, hope unified. Branches wild grafted in. Grace now gathers all his kin. Gentiles share in Israel's song. Harmony beneath both wide and strong. Not to boast, but humbly stand. For God restores with open hand.
If
Broken branches live once more, revived by promises of old. Then how much more shall glory shine? All return to God's design. Branches wild grafted in. One root holds us cleansed from sin. Israel's promise, the nations rise. As mercy flows, hope unified. Branches wild grafted in. Grace now gathers all his kin. Blameless lifted in his time, fullness of the Gentile sign. Israel called, restored again. Mercy circles all of them. Oh, the depths no mind can trace. Endless wisdom and endless grace. Branches wild grafted in. God's great family begins. Every promise coming true, every nation burning to you. Branches wild grafted in. Through your mercy we are one. Depth of riches, wisdom's voice. God fulfills his purpose, we rejoice. For him, through him, all things stand. To him be glory without end. To him be glory without end. Wild branches grafted in. Wild branches grafted in. Yes. Wild branches grafted in. Ooh, wrong picture. Wrong picture. Let's get Romans 11 song and remix, full song. Catch me again on my channels. Peace and love to you too, brother. To all animals, Mother and Earth. Hallelujah, amen.